Daily Broadside Day 833. You don't need a menu when you go eat breakfast at a restaurant. They shouldn't even hand those things out. Everybody knows what they eat for breakfast, okay? It's all cheese, eggs, bread, and meat in some form or fashion. There's nothing special that's coming out. If they don't have something, then you ask and they say no, and you just move on to your next thing. But everybody has their own little thing that they eat for breakfast. I'm technically speaking an omelet guy, I guess. I like them over well. But I know exactly what I want. I get the exact same thing almost 95% of the time when I go for breakfast. And yet they keep handing you a menu. I don't need to see that. The only thing you're going to learn from a menu is, do they have pancakes, waffles, and or French toast? One, two, three of those. Really, everything else is, if you've got some obscure thing like you like hash and red-eye gravy or something, they may not be able to accommodate that. But for the most part, you can get pretty much whatever you want, and you know what you want, so there's no need to look at a menu. It's not like going to lunch or dinner. So let's just cease and desist, okay? There was a movie back in 86, 87, I don't know when it was, sometime in the mid to late 80s, called Cobra, that Stallone was in, with Brigitte Nielsen, his person of interest at the time. I can't remember if they were married then or not, because this would have been after Rocky IV. I guess they were married. At any rate, corny little movie, but there's a scene in there whereby he comes home, he's living in, I want to say he's in like SoCal, but he comes home to his little rooftop apartment, and he goes in, and he's wearing leather gloves still for some reason. He's got a 1911 stuffed into his waistband with no holster, which that's what you want. You want a 45 size hole in your genitals at some point when there's a negligent discharge, because you're carrying a gun in your waistband. And he comes in, he's still wearing his sunglasses that are mirrored, and he's in his apartment, and he opens the freezer, what appears to be the freezer, and he gets out a pizza box and an egg crate, like a thing of eggs, goes over to his little desk and opens the pizza box, and there's one slice of pizza left, which we can only assume is frozen because it was in the freezer. Then he opens the egg crate, and he's got his gun cleaning kit. I don't know why you would keep a gun cleaning kit in the freezer, or even if it was a refrigerator. I don't know why you would do that. I've cleaned lots and lots of those things in my life, and I've never done anything outside of room temperature chemicals to clean those things, bore brushes and all the oils and everything that you would need. But he proceeds to take some scissors and slice off a piece of the pizza, and then toss the other to the side, and he eats like a little triangle of pizza about that big, and that's apparently filling enough for him. Clicks on the remote TV there and starts watching the news, and learns about the night slasher who he'll later on do battle with in the finale of the movie and whatnot. And that night slasher guy, that's an ugly guy. Brian Johnson, or Brian, it's something normal like Brian Smith or something like that. That's not an attractive man right there. At any rate, he starts cleaning his gun, and now he has shot someone earlier in the day in the grocery store. Pretty sure that they take your weapon from you and put you on leave while they investigate that, and decide whether or not they should clear you back for regular duty before you're just able to go out and detect and police the rest of the world. But he's got his 1911 with his custom Cobra handle grip. And he starts cleaning. He eats a piece of pizza. Like, none of it. And he doesn't take his glasses off until the news. I think he's still wearing his leather gloves. Like, none of this makes any sense. Like, it's the weirdest, 3-minute section of the movie, of a movie that's just not very good to begin with. There's a really cool car chase with this old Mercury, like some 50s Mercury that's all souped up, that apparently he uses as his police car. I don't know what's going on, but it's crazy how much you have to suspend your disbelief in life to watch movies sometimes, or most of the time, really. Just because they just do some of the dumbest stuff that's not really steeped in reality at all. But it sold movie tickets, so they've talked about a Cobra too. I don't know why they would talk about that, especially 40 years later, but here we are, And it was a rough weekend for me this weekend because my beloved Blue Devils lost in a heartbreaking loss in the Final Four. It is what it is. You got to accept the losses. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. That's basically what we learned from that thing. But I got to tell you, it's still, in my opinion, the best Blue Devil team that has ever been assembled. And that's saying a lot. The 99 team, the 01 team, all those late, mid-'80s teams, obviously 91, 92. There's been some good ones, and I think this is overall the best. You just get caught up and, you live and die by a jump shot, and that's what happens. But it's one of those situations where, we beat the team and lost the game. That's just what it comes down to. But I wish Houston all the luck in the world. I'll be pulling for them this evening. I hope they win their title. It's a good team. They could do with a little more offense, but, we'll see how it fares out this evening. And we'll go on to do another thing next year and put it all back together. But still, it was a great run. I mean, only 4 teams can lay claim to getting that far in the tournament, and they were one of them. And every one of their losses this year, they could have easily gone undefeated. They could have won that game against Houston, and the other losses they had just didn't need to happen. They didn't. They played really well in most of them. They just lost the game, but it is what it is. Only one of the 300-some teams can win, and you're just lucky to have a fun ride on the way. So I'm still grateful to be a fan of an awesome team and an awesome program, and I think they'll do great things from heretofore with Shire at the helm. But it did kind of sting a little bit. So there's that. But anyway, y'all have a great, what is here, a very gloomy, rainy day. Damn it, Janet. So anyway, giddy.